Welcome back to Forgotten Performance. I'm Tom, and this is my Ford Mustang GT 4.6 litre. It's a 1998 model, so it's an SN95. It's a non-PI version of the 4.6, and today we're out here in the middle of the countryside to get dynoed. If you've watched my channel before, you should be aware that my Mustang isn't completely stock. It's got a few things done to it, but nothing major. It's got a high flow air filter. I've modified the airbox and created a heat shield. It's got a high flow 75mm throttle body. I've hand ported the plenum to make it a bit smoother and take all the casting lumps out of it, all the edges, and I've opened up the front face to meet the throttle body. It's got a Bassani X-pipe. It's got a Magnaflow catback exhaust. It's been decatted. It's got MSD coils. It's got plug wires, and I think that's about it. Oh, it might have had a plug-in tuner ran over it at some point, because the shift points are a little bit higher than standard, and the shift firmness is a lot harder than standard, so it will chirp second gear reliably pretty much all the time, which a lot of the automatics of this era don't really do. So today I'm going to be hoping for anything more than the standard power, which would be 225 at the flywheel, which is about 190 at the rear. I think it was 186 at the rear tyres when I worked out the maths, and that's for a 17% drivetrain loss through the automatic transmission. If I make 190, then I'll be above standard. What I'm really hoping to make is 240 at the flywheel, which would equate to about 200 at the rear wheels. Now I know all of you sitting at home are probably thinking, oh, but my 2 litre turbo makes 200. I don't care. I don't care. No one cares. Your 2 litre turbo don't sound like this, and it hasn't got the potential that this does. Right, it's nearly time. I'm going to stop lollygagging, get in the car, go down the road, get on the dyno. So first things after strapping it down, we had to get everything warmed up and up to temperature, which just involved basically driving on the rollers for a little while, going through the gears a little bit and just trying to create temperature between the tyres and the rollers themselves. So here we go, the first power run. Let's see what she puts down. So that's 241.1 horsepower at the flywheel on the first run, with it wheel spinning against the dyno. So now let's warm things up some more and try again. After a good 5-10 minutes of driving on the dyno, she's definitely warm enough. Let's send another power run. The second run out the way, and oh my god, 264.3 horsepower at the crankshaft. That's more than a new Edge PI makes. Let's see if she can back it up for the third run. You know it's a good number when the dyno man gives you an eyebrow pump. You better believe it, 267.6 horsepower at the flywheel on the third run. That is 42.5 more than standard. Right, fourth and final run. Let's see what she's got. And on run 4, 263.2 horsepower. There we go, the results are in. My 1998 Ford Mustang GT has managed to put down 267.6 horsepower at 5250 RPM and 296.9 pounds-feet of torque at 3600 RPM. This is roughly a 20% increase in power over the standard 225 horsepower. The increase of torque isn't as impressive as the horsepower is, but this is to be expected. It's picked up 7 pound-feet of torque over standard, but it holds the torque for a lot longer and actually produces peak torque a little bit higher than a standard version does. This just goes to show exactly how effective intake and exhaust mods can be to open up your vehicle's airways and allow it to make more horsepower. Because in order to spray more fuel into the cylinder and make more power, you need to be able to breathe more air. And for a car like mine, once you get above 4,500 RPM, the factory systems are very restrictive.